Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna ride them someday. Bum, 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 bum. Hi, I'm Dr. Otto Jenkin. This is the Empire Longevities. Longevity alive. It is alive. I'm going to have to find that again, aren't I? I think I am. I'm going to have to find that again. I kind of love that. I just do. I don't get out much, you know.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
It always makes me laugh. I don't get out much, folks. It's pretty obvious. I do not get out much. But when I do, you know, we get something special, like the Swingin' Ricks from Delray FLA. They sound a lot like this.
Welcome to Facebook Live. Longevity, 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 longevity. Longevity, 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 longevity. Empire Longevity Insider with your host, Dr. Otto Jenkin.
Whammo. You know what we call that? A little bit of whammo. That's what we call that. How about that? Hey, welcome to Empire Longevity's Longevity Alive. It is alive. People always ask me what that is. That's that's Boy the Jetpack. I just like what it represents. Boy the Jetpack. I always feel like I'm kind of like a boy with a jetpack at times. I kind of feel like that. Let me do a little bit of that. Just a little bit of that. Boop. A little bit of that. And I got that. I got that. And I got that. I got that. Now I got that. I had that. That is what it is. Hey, today is the day after the election. 50% of you are like, that was the greatest thing ever. 50% of you are like, oh, that was the worst thing ever. It's really quite amazing, the dichotomy. Some people, literally, this is the best thing that's ever happened to us. This is the greatest time ever to be on earth. Other people, I'm going to move to a cave. But make sure I get on my email. So and someone asked me a short time ago, how do you deal with the anxiety of the election? I said, I don't. And they said, how can you not? I did a talk yesterday at a high school for, I think the total was about 100 teachers and staff. We talked about the burnout that goes on in education. And how do you deal with the stresses and the burnout? Well, when it comes to things like this, you can worry about things you can do stuff about, and you can worry about things you have no way of being able to anticipate an outcome or what the outcome is going to be or how you're going to, I mean, it's rather astounding. People were just, oh, we can't. Yes, we have to. No, we can't. Yes, no. And so they asked me, what do you do? First of all, I vote. I voted. So I have a say. You know, the classic is people saying my vote doesn't count. Doesn't matter. Excuse me, not count. My vote doesn't matter. Well, if 200,000 people say that, but then 200,000 people go vote, or in this case, probably like 500,000, you change the election. 1 million more people vote, you change the election dramatically. You swing it dramatically. 1 million. How many Americans? How many Americans? How many Americans are eligible to vote in 2024? I don't know. Yes, I accept it all. You ain't going to tell me that, huh? I don't know that. But if you were to say a couple 100,000 people voted, I mean, it changes everything. Changes everything. So first thing, you take action on things that you can have an outcome in. And second of all is, whatever the outcome is, people ask me, what are you going to do? I said, on Wednesday, I'm going to get up. My alarm's going to go off. I'll get up at 5 o'clock. Go down, brush my teeth, feed the cats, feed the dog, make a cup of coffee, have a big glass of water. That's what I'm going to do. No matter who wins, that's what I'm going to do. No matter who wins, that's what I'm going. I know I'm going to. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to watch the news for a little bit, probably Sports Center for a little bit, take a shower, come to work, and help a lot of people. That's what I'm going to do. No matter who wins, that's what I'm going to do. So when we look at you, we look at me. I used to be someone who had, I talk about this, I used to have 14 squirrels going on in my head at any one time. And I used to be a not so great sleeper because I had 14 squirrels going on, and some didn't speak English. And the other ones were just yelling. So, some didn't speak English, some were yelling. And so what do you do at those times? Well, I read a couple of books that were fantastic. Way of the Peaceful Warrior, in which he talked about having the same thing, having all these different voices in the head all the time. So now I plan out my next day tomorrow. I'll plan tomorrow out tonight. I also have sheets of paper I have around me all the time, which I write down, and these are the things I have to do. These are things I need to get done. So I take action. One of my friends that I had on the Empire Longevity podcast is a gentleman named John Joseph from New York City. He was with a band called the Cro-Mags, and he was a band called Blood Clot. Hardcore band, hardcore. He talks about being a drug addict, New York City, changed his life around. And I was talking with him, and I ended up taking a course with him, from him. And from that, I made a T-shirt. WW, what would John Joseph do? WWJJD, what would John Joseph do? That's what I has on the back, and it has a really cool picture of him in concert. And on the front, it says, action silences weakness. Action silences weakness. I'll say it again. Action silences weakness. So you can be absolutely paralyzed. And the one thing about being paralyzed, the anxiety, you do end up being motionless. I'm too scared to move anywhere. The bear is right there. The bear is right there. I'm not going to move. What am I going to do? While if you just maybe moved 1 foot over that way, the bear is no longer a problem. Even if you do a small movement, you're doing something. Now we might be in sympathetic overdrive, that fight or flight. We test people in my office up for that all the time using heart rate variability. Highly recommend you get that done. Find someone. If you don't find somebody, let me know. I'll try to point you in the direction of someone who can. But we get overwhelmed. We get overwhelmed and we don't know what to do. So we don't know what to do. We don't do anything. 3 words: action silences weakness. Do something. I talk with some of my clients about, they say, listen, I don't know what to do. I said, do something. I don't do something. I don't know what to do. What do you think you should do? What would be the most reasonable action step right now? What would be the most reasonable step to take right now? What would be the most reasonable step to take right now to promote you? Well, I guess I would. What do you mean? You guess you would, or you should do that? Well, I should do that. Then do that. What's the simplest thing you can build upon then? What's the simple step you can take, a small step that you could then build upon? If I can take 1 step away from the bear, then I can undoubtedly take 2. If I can take 2, I can take 4. What's a reasonable step you can take? It's not as if you were ever going to not have a bear in life. It's not as if you're not going to happen. That's going to happen to you many times in life. Many times. Sometimes the bear is going to bring a friend, and then they're going to bring a shark also. That's life. You're not going to get out of this longevity game without it. Some days it's going to frickin' pour, my friends. Sometimes it's going to just storm. If you know it's going to storm, the first thing you do is you get a big frickin' umbrella, or you don't go outside. But if you know it's going to storm, you get a big frickin' umbrella. And if you're outside, then you find cover. What's the most reasonable step you can do? Well, I should go someplace. Well, then do that. Do you have a car? Yeah. Then get inside the car. Drive someplace. We get overwhelmed by stuff that we have no control over, that we will never have control over. And then we have right in front of us opportunities and steps that we could take that we don't, because we're thinking about that thing over there instead of this thing right here, which could be transformational. I hear about this all the time. In my practice, from the docs I coach, clients I coach, I consult with, you can spend a lot of time and energy jumping straight up and down as high as you can. Holy cow, I am working so hard to just jump way up in the air. It's incredible. Why don't you just take 1 step over there instead? 1 small step over there instead of working so hard. I did it in my practice for years, man. Years. Just working so hard. Look at me. I'm working so hard to be jumping up and down. Why don't you take 1 small step over there? Move forward. I often tell my assistants that I have that when you get overwhelmed, you taking a step and doing it wrong, we can correct that. You doing nothing, we can't correct that. You could take a small step and screw up. Great. We know where you went. You got scared and you put your blinker on and you turned right. Well, you should have turned left. Great. Next time, don't do that. Turn left. Okay. That's compared to the person who says, I won't try. I won't go anywhere. I'm not going to go. We can't correct that. We can't help that. We can't modify that. We can't improve that. People get concerned about making mistakes, even small mistakes. And the irony of it is that by making a small mistake, you can afford yourself the opportunity to not make big mistakes. Sometimes small mistakes afford you the opportunity to not have to make big mistakes later. Wild part of it. Action silences weaknesses. Action, motion, moving, doing something. In times when I get really stressed, I go to the gym also. Why? Because action silences weakness. I can sit home and I can just fret. Holy cow. I can just, oh man, here we go. This is bad. This is bad. Or I can go pump out iron, run, walk, and get on the Stairmaster, whatever it is, stepper. Hate those things because they burn you. Do a Jacob's ladder, which is just brutal. Get my heart pumping, get my mind clear, my muscles sore and working and burning. And I go, man, now, okay, now I'm ready to go. I can take a couple more steps forward. We're all going to be in times of overwhelm. That's part of the game. You aren't going to handle everything perfectly every single time, but we're going to take steps every single day. We can do this. You're not going to get out of your life by it not happening. As my friends in the wastewater treatment plants would say, shit happens. Okay. Action silences weakness. Take small steps today. Small steps today. And repeat. When you're feeling the overwhelm, ask yourself, what's the most logical step I could take now? What's an easy next step I can take? What's an easy next step I can take? And then you take it. Guess what I'm going to do tomorrow morning? Wake up at 5 o'clock. Go downstairs, brush my teeth, take care of the cats, take care of the dog, big glass of water, cup of coffee, watch the news, maybe Sports Center, get dressed, come to work, and kick ass. And kick ass. I don't have those 14 squirrels anymore. Why? Because I also have a plan for sleeping, which makes things a lot better. I work much, much better when I got a better jetpack on me. Like that guy. Like that guy. I work better when I got a better jetpack with more fuel in it. How do I get the fuel? I go to bed. I'm in bed, conked by 10. Boom. 7 hours. Let's go. Tonight, maybe more. Friday morning, maybe a little bit more. Saturday morning, because I can sleep in a little bit. And for me, sleeping in means 5:30 or 6. It's not like 9 or 10. What are you going to sleep your whole day away? But I'll get up and do that. Let's go. So I don't have those 14 squirrels because I plan my day out. So tonight I'm going to take care of the cats, take care of the dog. I'm going to go brush my teeth, reverse what I did. I'm going to take my Hulk Hogan vitamins. I don't know if those are even around anymore. I keep on top of it. I take my Hulk Hogan vitamins. I say my prayers. I go to bed. I'll put on maybe a book to listen to. But it's always for 22 minutes. Why? Because honestly, my timer is stuck on 22 minutes. But I will put that on. Listen, and I'm never around for 22 minutes. I'm never awake for 22 minutes. 10, 15 tops. 10. Put some music on. Carbon-based life forms. I think one of them live. Listen to them. I listened to Anthony Bourdain's book the other day, Kitchen Confidential again. So I prepare myself to be better to battle next day. So that when stuff does happen, when the water's rising, I'm ready for it. The water's going to rise, my friend. As Johnny Cash said, 3 feet high and rising, mama. So I prepare for it. Eat the good foods, rocket fuel to keep you going. It's all intertwined, man. It's all connected. It's all, just like I say in my practice to all my patients, you're all connected. Do the same things. Same things that would make your body great, makes your mind great, makes you more prepared for those adversities, those stresses. It's all the same stuff. It ain't rocket surgery. If you need help, let me know. I don't have all the answers, but I'll help you take that first step. I promise you. Hey, guys, be cool. Any way I can help you, let me know. Have a good night.